a lovely morning, and I thought I'm heading to work. I thought I'd bring you all with me. So here we are on the Maryland Eastern Shore, headed to the Western Shore. I crossed the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and into Annapolis, the capital of Maryland. I did a trip this weekend a couple of days ago. Beautiful, beautiful weather. And I did a trip down to what's it called, Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge. It's on the eastern shore of Maryland. It's just outside the city of Cambridge, which is a small city out here. It was a pretty nice trip. I had a lot to talk about, and I got back, loaded the footage, and realized the microphone wasn't working the entire time. And this was a 5-hour trip, day trip that I was on. That's part of the reason for this trip this morning, for me bringing the GoPro, is I've really never done much in the way of using the microphone in the helmet while I'm riding. I like to start doing that a little more. Not that I do much exciting riding. Oh, this is lovely to be stuck behind. That's a little better. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was tires on this Suzuki GSX-S1000GT. And I got this Suzuki in December of 2023, which is about 10 months ago, 9 months ago. And I've got 6,300 miles, 6,300 miles so far. And I'm on the stock tires. And I looked at the wear bars yesterday, and I'm guessing I can get another 1,000 miles probably before I hit the wear bar. But I seem to be doing something wrong, because everybody that I'm reading about online is saying their tires, the stock tires, last 2,000 to 3,000 miles. So this GSX S1000GT seems to be quite popular with people who have previously ridden sport bikes and assumingly ridden them pretty quickly, because I see a lot of people trying to figure out how to get more performance out of this, better handling, and so forth. And one of the popular things is to change the profile on the tire when they replace the tires. So they're actually going with a higher profile tire. Then there's people like me, I suppose. I appreciate the performance the way it is stock. I will be staying with the stock tire size, I'm pretty sure. And that will be that. I would say at least 90% of these miles are just straight line, highway, high speeds. So what happens is I end up with giant chicken strips on my tires. My tires wear very quickly, right down the middle. Apparently my riding is very different than what a lot of people ride that have this bike. So we're not too far from Ocean City, Maryland here. And Ocean City Bike Week is currently going on. I think it started a few days ago, last week. And so riding around here over the past few days, we've seen a unusually large number of motorcycles, obviously. One of the reasons that I'm bringing you all along with me to work today, and I have a long trip planned. It's coming up soon, and I think it's going to be some pretty amazing things to see. So I really want to make sure that I've got the gist of using the GoPro and the microphone, especially for this trip coming up, which I hope you'll subscribe and stay tuned to for this trip. It should be a good one. I plan on renting a motorcycle from Eagle Rider in Las Vegas and driving up through California to southern Oregon, and then on the way back going down part of the northern California coast through Joshua Tree Park. So I definitely want to be able to share that with people. But I've got to get this GoPro and this microphone figured out if I want to be able to do that. If you're a subscriber to the Slow Rider channel, you may have noticed I didn't do much this summer. I don't know what made this summer different than other ones, but I had a lot of trouble with this GoPro. I had batteries that overheated and like swole up. So I got new batteries. I thought it was all good to go. I was actually in the process of doing an oil change video showing the oil change on this Suzuki GSX-S1000GT, and the GoPro shuts down because it's overheating. So maybe the GoPro is not the best camera to use for some of the videos that I do where I'm stationary showing how to do something, but for vlogging, looks like we're in pretty good shape. So on my trip, I will be carrying a lot of GoPro batteries and hopefully having time to recharge them every night. Yes, this is US Route 50, which runs across the country from east to west. This obviously being the east side. Yeah, so over the past few days, this route coming the other way especially has just been tons and tons of bikers, mostly the Harley Bros, heading to Ocean City Bike Week. And apparently they're all running into each other, running into other people, running into cars. It's been like a disaster over there. They had a gentleman, I shouldn't call him that, they had some scumbag from New York came down on his, I think he said a street glide or something, the road glide. He got a little toasty with some drinks in him, and he went flying down the road and right into Ocean City, where there's a lot of traffic, a lot of pedestrians. And this guy hit I think it was a 16-year-old kid. They said left him in critical condition. The kid, that is. And the guy on the bike took off, and in the process of taking off, he apparently sideswiped some parked cars and stuff, and it was like a giant mess. The guy made it just to the outside of the Ocean City area, stopped at a parking ride, and police caught up with him in the parking ride and found him and his bike. And the guy was, they said, was obviously inebriated. And that was just one of many stories of Ocean City Bike Week. Yeah, so here's the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I want to say the bridge is about 6 to 7 miles long. It crosses over the Chesapeake Bay at one of the bay's narrowest points. The top of it is about 200 feet, I think, at the highest point. And people get absolutely scared crossing this bridge. There are some people who just can't do it. They actually have services where somebody will drive your car across for you, was the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Nice old heritage. So I'm just about at work here. Thanks for coming with me. It was great having you all along with me. If you made it this far, I assume you liked it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Definitely subscribe so you can keep up on what I'm doing with my upcoming trip. I think you'll like it. See you all later.